Chewing is a natural activity for dogs and it has so many health benefits. It's a soothing activity. For older dogs, it helps strengthen their jaw and clean their teeth. For puppies, it helps to soothe aching gums when they're teething. And I bet if you asked any dog, they'd say it's just downright fun. Of course, you want to make sure that your dog is chewing the right things, not your shoes or your furniture. In this video, I'm going to take two popular chew toys for dogs. So one is the Kong and the other is a Toppler, and pit them against each other with my own dog to see how it goes. Kong versus Toppler. Kong, just for reference, it fits in my hand, and the Toppler, I'm going to just put that there, it's sit easier. And the Toppler seems to be much bigger, and there's a hole here, see? Fill these, put them in the freezer overnight, and see over the next couple of days which one lasts longer. Right, and I'm going to put it in Toppler. I took two in a little bit. Now the Kong, let's see how many spoons it takes. So they take about the same amount of food. My assistant gets to lick the spoon. Are going into the freezer. So I'm going to keep these in the freezer overnight. Then over the next couple of days, we will see how long it takes for Mellow to go through them. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, so we just came in from a walk. I'm going to test out the Kong with my dog and see how long this lasts. It is, let's go check to see what time it is. It is 1:29 p.m. So let's just say 1:30. Let's see how it goes. And you have the Kong in hand or mouth or whatever. All right. Okay, so I've been working in my office now for the last, since 1:30 when we gave Mellow his Kong. It took about an hour sort of playing around with it. He was a little rambunctious with it at first, but then he's been asleep for the last hour or so. It's now 3:30. It's actually about, it's almost 4 o'clock now. So he's been asleep for about an hour and a half. Good little nap after playing around with the Kong, but he's not even gone halfway through it. So let's take a look, shall we? I just kind of woke him when I turned around, but here we go. There he is. This is his puppy playpen where he is right next to me when I'm working. There's my leg. Doot, doot. And let's see this Kong. It's probably hard to see. It's a little bit too dark. I'm going to lift it up real quick. Oh, yeah. See, there's still a lot in here. It's no longer frozen. You want this back? I'm going to give this back to him. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so today it is time for the Toppler. So this has been frozen. It's really well frozen. It's pretty cold. And it is now 12:30 today. It just really depends on how my meetings fall. So yeah, I do have lunchtime meetings from time to time. Anyway, let's see how he does with this, how long it lasts. The other one, actually, he didn't eat it any further. The Kong, so that's back in the freezer. I'm going to take that out probably for tomorrow just to see if he finishes it off. But here we go. There, so I've just given him the Toppler. He's very interested in it. Let's see how long this lasts. Okay, so it's been about half an hour since Mellow had his Toppler, and yeah, he's pretty much finished with it. Well, he is done with it. He just started getting a little rambunctious as well after having it, and so as far as how long it lasts, not as long. As far as how entertaining, not as entertaining, but he ate more out of it, so that wasn't necessarily one of my goals. So far I think the Kong is kind of in the winning position, but you check for yourself. Okay, so here we are. It's right where he stays right next to my desk in his puppy playpen. And excuse me, buddy. Now he's interested in it because I think he saw the camera come on. So see, it's nearly done. He's sitting there like a very good boy. But he was kind of bored with it. So I don't know, he might get a little bit interested. See, he's not overly excited about it anymore. There's my foot. Yeah, so I don't know, it's okay. So I don't know, I think if you're looking for something that's going to maybe last a little bit longer, tire them out a little bit more, so far, like I said, to me, the Kong is winning. I started with the Toppler, so not that I regret that decision. I think that the Toppler, we've tried it in the car. So one thing, I did find that the Toppler really did keep him calm in the car, especially if it's a heavy traffic day. Just, you know, for a quick jaunt, that sort of thing. But, what do you say, buddy? Okay, so we already did the Kong thing, right? But there was this much left in it. I put it back in the freezer in a baggie, of course, to keep it fresh. So I'm going to try this with Mellow now. It is about 11:45. I do have a noon hour meeting, unfortunately, but hopefully this will keep him entertained while I'm in my meeting and a little bit distracted. Let's see how it goes. Okay, buddy, here you go. There, I've just given him. This seems to be interesting anyway. Let's see how he goes with it. Okay, so I just finished my meeting. It lasted a lot longer than it should have. What time is it? Yeah, an hour and a quarter. And of course I was facilitating, so I was doing a lot of the talking, but honestly, he didn't play a whole lot with the Kong. He spent most of that time sleeping. I moved my chair, so that of course woke him up. You can see there's my ring light behind me where I usually do my recording. And he's coming to say hello. So he has just woken up from a nap over an hour after kind of playing around with the Kong. Let's investigate to see how full or empty the Kong is. Okay, so the Kong, here you go, buddy, I know. So the Kong is still a little bit less in there. It still feels pretty cold to the touch. I'm gonna leave it with him for the afternoon, and if he doesn't finish it, I will trash it, not the Kong, but the stuff inside. So there you have it, Kong versus Toppler. Now, since then, I've actually tried the Kong without freezing it. I found that my dog was able to get the food out of the Kong much more easily. I did freeze them because he is a puppy and he's teething, and I thought that it would be more soothing. So moving forward, I think I'll continue to use the Kong unfrozen, but I'll also continue to use the Toppler. I think each has a time and a place. For both products, what I think is really interesting and good to know is that you can get them in various different sizes and chew styles. So for the Kong, as an example, you can get ones for a power chewer if they tend to go through Kongs a little bit more quickly. The Toppler is not quite as good for a decent chew from what I can see, but it's really good alternative in terms of, you know, feeding your dog, especially if you feed them raw or wet dog food. You can freeze the Toppler, which will extend the amount of time that it takes for your dog to eat their meal, and it will tire them out. And after all, a tired dog is a happy dog. Leave a comment, tell me what you think, if you've tried either one or if you have a preference. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching and have an awesome day.